Back in 1980 when the country lost its way, inflation climbing higher and the hostages still stayed. A cowboy from the movies with a calm and steady hand said the government got too big and it's time to make a stand. He'd been a Hollywood talker, once a Democrat in line, then California governor with a different state of mind. With George Bush riding shotgun and the voters by his side, Ronald Reagan took the reins for a brand new American ride. Turn the radio louder tonight. There's a storm rolling in, but the future's in sight. From the cities to the farms where the neon lights glow, it's a high-stakes game on the Cold War road. Cut the taxes, build the strength, let the free winds blow. That was the promise of the Reagan show. The nation fought stagflation and the jobs were fading fast. Factories slowing down from troubles of the past. Reagan said the answer was to let the markets run, cut the taxes on the builders and the work would get done. Deregulate the businesses, let competition rise. More supply would bring the prices down before your eyes. But the debt kept climbing as the spending grew, and the world kept trading things the country never knew. Turn the radio louder tonight. There's a storm rolling in, but the future's in sight. From the cities to the farms where the neon lights glow, it's a high-stakes game on the Cold War road. Cut the taxes, build the strength, let the free winds blow. That was the promise of the Reagan show. Immigration laws were changing in the middle of the fight, giving folks a chance who'd been living out of sight. Workers on the borderlands finally found a name, while employers faced the law if they played the hiring game. History turned a corner in the courthouse hall when Sandra Day O'Connor answered justice's call. First woman on the bench, and the nation watched it grow. Another page in history in the Reagan show. Reagan said the way to keep the world from war and fear was to show your rivals plainly that your power's standing here. So the soldiers and the sailors saw the budgets start to grow, and the missiles watched the skies, and a program called Star Wars. When trouble came to Grenada and the Cold War lines were drawn, the Marines went moving in before the break of dawn. Prepare for war to guard the peace was the line he chose, standing tall against the Soviets across the Cold War road. Turn the radio louder tonight. There's a storm rolling in, but the future's in sight. From the cities to the farms where the neon lights glow, it's a high-stakes game on the Cold War road. Cut the taxes, build the strength, let the free winds blow. That was was the promise of the Reagan show. In Beirut the night exploded with a thunder none forgot. A bomber struck the barracks where the peacekeepers were caught. 241 lives vanished in the flame, leaving sorrow in the desert, and a nation changed the same. Years later, in the skies above the Libyan shore, American jets came roaring in to settle up the score, sending word to tyrants everywhere below that terror would be answered by the Reagan show. But the shadows of the Cold War sometimes twisted in the dark, where the deals were whispered quietly far away from the spark. Weapons sent to Iran while hostages waited free. Money turned to rebels fighting down in Nicaragua's sea. When the truth came crashing through the headlines and the air, folks began to wonder what was hidden over there. Trust in Washington trembled like a guitar string pulled slow. Another scandal echoing through the Reagan show. Turn the radio louder tonight. The Cold War road is fading out of sight. From the White House halls to the burning stone, history rolled like thunder through the microphone. Cut the taxes, build the strength, let the free winds blow. That was the ride of the Reagan show.